Go.
Okay, so speaking on the matter of
Sorry, just a little louder.
Speaking on the matter of transparency, during this rally, the student trustee attacked the information, claiming that we had been spreading propaganda and lies. Unfortunately, if this is propaganda and lies, it's been generated by the administration themselves. I have a breakdown from the sheet that we've distributed to students. And if you take a look, the first line that it talks about is PCC's reserve, approximately 14%. It really breaks down to approximately 13.5%. And that is, at the beginning of the year, the school started with an excess of $19,776,934. This number we got from the college's budget, which they presented to the Board of Trustees on October 6th. We have a copy of this budget printed out from PCC's website, which you can access if you go onto the PCC website, pasadena.edu. You can go to About PCC and click on the budget links. That's where we get all of our information. Beginning of the year, for the adopted budget, $19 million. So that's the money that we're talking about directly from Pasadena City College. That's an increase, just like our flyer says, increase $1,218,000. We got that number from taking the closing reserve, which is here, at the end of 2009, they started with 18 million, ended with 19 million, almost $20 million in reserves. So the flow of this is the adopted budget. This is what they thought it would be. This next chart, if you look at it online, this is the actual what they spent. At the end of the year, they had $4 million left over that was put into capital outlay. That's exactly what we talk about here. $4.5 million into capital outlay. Afterwards, they still had an excess of $20 million, which is where we got our number from here. Then it says total SASE fund, $1 million. If you take a look at the excess budget, $19 million at the beginning becomes $18 million at the end. That gap is what the $1 million for the Student Access Fund is. And if you listen to the meeting that was on October 6th, President Rocha himself explained to the Board of Trustees that that difference, that $1 million between beginning and ending surplus, is the SASE fund. Further, the self-insurance fund from July 1st, $23,000. We got that figure from looking at the summary of appropriations. So here we have Workers' Compensation Self-Insurance Fund, $1.5 million. Fund 62, Property and Liability Self-Insurance Fund, $1.5 million. Dental coverage self-insurance, $4 million. And supplemental health insurance, $16.5 million. So that figure that you see is where we've added those together to talk about the self-insurance fund. Now, from this figure, and you can do the math yourself if you go online, we come to the total of District Reserve and Self-Insurance Fund 2010. We simply added the money that we had in the beginning in reserve to the number here that is in the Self-Insurance Fund. And that's how we figured out our numbers. I've personally double-checked them. I spent hours and hours going through, reading the budget, listening to the presentation, and doing the math. All of our facts are 100% accurate. And anything else that you will hear, that is the propaganda.
So, only a couple questions.
Sure.
Where can students go on the PCC website to find out all of this information? Because a lot of us are ill-informed.
No, and myself too. If you can look around on Facebook, it's the same kind of configuration with Pasadena. If you go onto the website, there's a bar across the top and it'll give you different options. There's one, I believe it's called About PCC. It's like 2/3 of the way through the page. About PCC. Once you click About PCC, it'll take you into a breakdown of different facts. One of those breakdowns will be budget. If you click on that, they'll show you the documents that they presented to the Board of Trustees, as well as the finalized adopted budget, which is a Word document that is 600 pages. So all of the budget information is available to the entire community through the website, and that's where the Faculty Association, the students who've been active in this protest, that's where all of our information has come from.
I also remember there being mention of a PowerPoint. Is that also available on?
Unfortunately, at that meeting, Rocha was declined to release that PowerPoint. But he's presentation tomorrow night at the Board of Trustees meeting.
So if a certain camera person were to come and record this and make it public for all
Well,
students?
for the Board of Trustees meeting, it's already recorded. It's recorded. If you ever have questions about what happened at a board meeting, you can get the minutes of the meeting, which are kind of it's like just a sketchy outline. But you can actually listen to the whole audio of the meeting. That's why I know what went on with the budget presentation, and there's video, which is kind of slow.
Okay.
But I don't know as far as students
Alright.
to take.
Okay. Thank you very much for this brief interview.
Thank you.
And we hope to work with you soon.